Okay, I just remembered I promised a buddy, old friend, I would show him a couple knots. The ones I've been using since, heck, I was young. And neither one of these knots fail. These are for tippet to fly. The first one is the one I use for dry flies and nymphs. And I'll even tie it to a bend of a hook of another nymph to tie another nymph onto it. I use this tool. It's a nail knot tire. It's got 2 prongs on it and it's kind of dished out. Now there's a little flat spot right here where when they come from the factory, there's a little gate over it which has a little slot in it. I hate it. It just gets in the way, so I just use my needle nose and I just bend it off and then file the edge so we don't get the line cut. So anyway, that's the nail knot tool. Just have a hook sharpener, an eye opener, and the end of your nipper. Everybody makes these, so this thing's slick though, and I'm going to emulate that with my 2 fingers. So this is going to be the end of my tool. This is the world's most perfect lanyard made by my good friend Morrison Sims. No bells, no whistles, just everything you need. You can undo it to get the tools closer to the fish when the rest of the lanyard's around your neck. Just slicker than shit through a goose. All right, so anyway, here goes the first knot, the nail knot. Here's my tool. So I'm gonna run my fly through the eye of the hook. I'm gonna leave myself plenty of tag end. You'll use more at first learning this knot, but after a while you'll get a feel of how much tag end you need. It's just muscle memory. I'm using a lot because I got P-cord. Well, it's like 120 pound test. Since I'm a lefty, I always do it this way. Okay, so here I am. Here are the prongs of my tool, and I'll put the fly down at the base of the tool and pinch it with my thumb. Get plenty of tag end. And then I will wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come back through. See that? 4 wraps. And then I'm going to take that wrap and send it back through all those 4 wraps towards the fly line end, or the end of the tool. Oh gosh, I could have just used more. So anyway, and then once I get that end through like that, all these wraps are pretty loose. I'll just lightly pull that whole knot up the tippet. Okay, and what that does is just kind of sets it there. It's really loose, and then I will just lick, make sure that's lube. Just spit, grab yourself something to wet your mouth, and just try to keep all those wraps in order. Okay, that's what pinching it, and then you just kind of pull it up until it tightens. Okay, once you've licked it and made sure it's really lubricated, then you can slip it down the line towards the eye of the hook. And then when you tighten it, tighten both the tag end and the fly line end. You don't want to just rip on the thing and cause friction. I know you lubed it up well, but don't be a hack. Just get it to where it's tight. Now it's good measured. Just take your time. You're not in a hurry. just to make sure you're not putting too much friction on that knot. And then once you tighten her down, that's locked in. This knot gets tighter with the pull of a big fish, so give it some room when you go to clip your tag for it to suck up some and tighten up. So I usually leave, I guess maybe a full 1/8, 5/32 of an inch of tag end on that knot, so that it's got room to suck it tighter, and it doesn't just, you know, the tag end just doesn't get lost in the knot if it ends up getting tighter, and then you lose your fish. So anyway, that's kind of what that knot looks like. This knot has never broken on me. This is probably the coolest knot ever. Clinch knots, yeah, they're fine for little fish, but I think it's a total hack knot. I mean, I would not use it for really anything unless I was on the mountain fishing for brookies or something stupid like that. But I use this knot for trout, you know, humpies, yep, salmon, everything, steelhead, and I've never had a break. So shit, use it. It's amazing. I think it never crosses itself, really. That's the idea behind it, which if you use an improved clinch knot, God, I hate that knot. Don't be a clinch knot user. What it does is it crosses itself. And so with a big fish, and it pulls, the line will actually cut itself within the knot, like, and it's just stupid. Anyway, if you're a clinch knot user, I'm not sorry for saying that. You're a hack. I'm sure you can sit there and wear out a fish for all hours to not break that knot, but I like to get them in, fight them low, and get them in as quick as possible. Especially in the summer when they're hot already, or it's warm water. Okay, enough of that. Here's the other knot, and I love this knot. I forget where I learned it. I think it was a magazine somewhere. I was pretty young, and it made sense. This is what I use for all my streamers, and it's the only one I use. Super strong and very effective, and I'll show you why. Tie yourself an overhand knot, and I make all my wraps away from me just to ensure that I'm not untying my knot. So just you know, be proactive in your own rescue, and make sure that your overhand, every wrap you make, all goes the same way. Okay, well, here's how this knot goes. I better give myself a little more tag end here. So just a simple overhand knot, like a normal ass shoe tying knot, okay, like this. Then I'll take my streamer, yummy. I'll send it through the eye of the hook, and I'll let it fall down close to that overhand knot. Okay, again, I'm not gonna send that loop back through here. I'm untying the knot. I'm gonna come back behind that overhand knot and just create that loop. Hold on, stay open. There you go. Okay, so get her kind of close, and then you'll pinch that knot, just like that. And then you do 1, 2, 3 wraps around up towards your fly line, and then you send that tag in back through that overhand knot you made, not the big loop that you want your fly to swing on, that overhand loop. Send it through there, and when you're tightening this up, give it a good licking, like really get that thing moist. And what you're doing is you're pulling on the tag end and the non-tag end at the same time, and you kind of still, like, don't be afraid to massage those knots into place and get them right. Otherwise, what are we even doing this for? You lose a fish of a lifetime if you screw up. So take time on your knots and make them nice and right. And that's what it looks like. And what that allows your streamer to do is just swing on that loop. You cut your tag end, and this one takes a minute too, just to gauge. You just want a little loop in front of that streamer. You don't want a big stupid loop up there to get caught on underwater twigs and stuff. And it just looks ugly. It looks like you don't know what you're doing. So make it good. And then that thing, I've only had them break here on the eye of the hook, and I've only, I probably broke up here if this thing's ever broke, and it has, but not at the knot. So when you go to clip this knot, you're changing flies, you're trying to see what works, nip it in the middle of the knot, and that way both the sides will come off. If you nip it up here, you still have this knot. If you nip it down here, you still have the knot on the end of your tippet. So just clip it in the middle, and that thing will just fall apart. Then you can tie your knot on, or your new fly on, rather. But anyway, I hope that helps. See how that streamer's gonna swim. It's so nice. Gives it action. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great summer, and hope you lay into them. All right. Peace out.